Welcome to Unit 2. In this unit, we'll be studying integers. Now, in particular, we'll be looking at adding and subtracting integers. Now, this will be done in various ways, including using integer counters, which you have two different colors to help us represent the two signs of positive and negative. Now, we'll also use a number line. So here we have 0 in the middle, and numbers on the right are positive, and numbers on the left are negative. Now we'll also be developing rules to add and subtract integers without the use of manipulatives. Now when do we use integers? Well, integers are used on a daily basis to help us represent height. Sea level is where we start at 0, and then anything above sea level is a positive number, and anything below sea level is a negative number. Integers are often used in money situations to represent the amount of money you have versus how much money you owe if you borrow, for example. Or even when you turn on the radio and you hear the weather. Integers are used to represent the temperature. If it's below freezing, then we use a negative number to represent that. So now let's review what an integer is. It includes our natural numbers, also called our counting numbers, because they start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now it also includes their opposites, like -1, -2, -3, and so on. And we can't forget about 0. 0 is an integer as well. So putting this all together, I can write it like this. So on the left we have some more negative integers. And we also have -4, -3, -2, -1, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now the integers on the right are what we call our positive integers, and the ones on the left are negatives. So then what about 0 in the middle? Well, 0 is neither positive nor negative. It is neutral. So now we're going to start off using counters when adding and subtracting integers. So how do we represent integers using counters? Well, the yellow counter is positive and the red counter is negative. So if I want to represent a positive 3, I just need 3 of the yellow counters. And if I'm representing -5, I just need 5 of the red counters. So now let's look at the number 10. It doesn't have a positive or negative sign in front of it, so how are we going to know what it is? Well, when there's no sign in the front of the number, you always assume that it's positive. So that means that 10 is indeed positive. So you can write it as 10 or positive 10 in your workings. Both of these are the same. So that concludes our short introduction to this unit as well as integers. You can now move on to the next video in this lesson.